There are some houses where, the moment you open the front door and step inside, wealth is instantly pushed away and illness quietly makes its way in. All because of one seemingly harmless item placed directly across from the main entrance. This might sound strange, but in Feng Shui, the front door is considered the mouth of energy for the entire home, the place where positive energy, prosperity, and vitality are drawn in. Just one small mistake in this area can cause that energy to be repelled, scattered, or even transformed into harmful energy. And when that happens, the homeowner can end up stuck in a frustrating loop. Money slips away easily, health starts to decline, and a heavy, unshakable feeling weighs down on them, all without any clear reason. Some of these items are so common that almost everyone has them. But the moment they are placed in the wrong spot, directly facing the front door, they turn into blockers of good fortune, quietly attracting bad luck, financial loss, and poor health. Many families live in their homes for years without ever realizing that the source of their troubles is sitting right where they walk in every single day. In this video, we are going to peel back the layers of Feng Shui secrets to understand exactly what should never be placed directly across from your main entrance, and how these objects could be silently affecting your wealth, your health, and the peace within your home. Before we begin, take a moment to say this affirmation out loud to activate positive energy for your living space. I am opening the door to welcome peace and prosperity into my life. And if you enjoy mysterious stories about Feng Shui like this one, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you do not miss any secrets that could completely shift the energy of your home. Now, let us get straight to the most important part. The objects that seem harmless, but absolutely should not appear directly across from the front door. These are the forbidden zones in Feng Shui that many people unknowingly violate. First, a mirror facing the front door. Mirrors are common in almost every home. They brighten the space, make rooms appear larger, and are handy for a quick look before heading out. But in Feng Shui, mirrors are among the most sensitive objects. They do not just reflect images, they also reflect energy. And when a mirror is placed directly opposite the front door, it becomes one of the most powerful taboos, capable of reversing all the positive energy coming into the house. Picture your front door as the entrance for luck, opportunities, and prosperity. The moment these blessings reach the doorway, the mirror instantly bounces them back, like an invisible hand, pushing away every bit of good energy. For those in the West, imagine opening your door to let sunlight in, but placing a large mirror right there to reflect it all back outside. Sure, the room might look bright, but the light you were meant to enjoy never actually stays. Psychologically, a mirror in this position can create discomfort that people cannot always explain. Instead of feeling like you are coming home, you are met with a direct reflection of yourself, almost like a stranger staring back at you. This stirs up restlessness, reduces the welcoming vibe of the home, and creates a subtle feeling of unease, especially for elderly individuals or those sensitive to the space around them. In Feng Shui, mirrors are also seen as secondary doors, extensions of energy flow. But when two doors face each other, the energy entering becomes confused, like a gust of wind spinning in the wrong direction. This is why some households struggle to hold on to wealth, experiencing a come-and-go pattern where money shows up only to vanish quickly. For business owners, this might show up as clients walking away unexpectedly, or deals falling apart at the very last moment. It is not just wealth that suffers. Health is also impacted. When good energy is bounced back outside, the energy within the home becomes unstable. People living in such a space tend to feel tense, have trouble sleeping deeply, or feel drained even without doing much. Some may experience mood swings or emotional instability without knowing why, all tied to the disrupted energy flow at the front door. Second, a trash can facing the front door. In modern life, trash cans are so common that we barely notice them. But in Feng Shui, a trash can carries a completely different meaning. It holds what is no longer valuable, collects waste energy, and symbolizes decay and depletion. When such an object, which represents throwing away, sits directly across from the front door, the effect is like declaring to the universe, "Fortune and good luck, please go somewhere else." The front door is the very first point where energy enters the home. But if the first thing your eyes land on is a trash bin, it immediately sends a message to your subconscious that the space is dirty or neglected. Americans often say, first impressions matter, and that applies not just to people, but to homes as well. The first impression your front entrance creates sets the tone for how energy spreads throughout the house. According to Feng Shui, a trash can facing the door creates a negative flow of energy, leading to rapid loss, more money going out than coming in, surprise expenses piling up, and financial plans falling apart. Many people describe a feeling that nothing stays in the home, like good luck touches the doorstep, only to be swallowed up by negative energy. The more visible the trash can is, especially if it has no lid, the stronger this effect becomes. It is not just finances that take a hit. Mental well-being is also affected. Families living in such an environment often feel drained, do not enjoy staying home, or feel constantly on edge without knowing why. This is not superstition. It is linked to environmental psychology. When you see something negative every day, right as you walk in the door, your mind unconsciously absorbs that heaviness. Over time, the tension builds up, leading to poor sleep, frequent headaches, lack of focus, or irritability. For elderly people, especially women, this impact can be even stronger. They tend to be more sensitive to cleanliness, brightness, and order. So a trash bin visible from the front entrance can trigger feelings of discomfort or make them feel unwelcome in their own home. If your home is making this mistake, move the trash can out of direct view from the front door. If that is not possible, at least use a bin with a tight-fitting lid and tuck it behind a cabinet or into a hidden corner. Third, sharp objects facing the front door. In Feng Shui, there are objects that are not dirty, not wasteful, and not tied to negative energy, but still pose a major problem when placed opposite the front door. These are sharp items: knives, scissors, metal tools, pointy decorations, spiked statues, or even furniture with sharp corners aimed toward the entrance. They are believed to carry Sha energy, a type of hostile force that puts pressure on the entire space. The front door is meant to welcome harmonious energy, energy that flows in gently and nourishes the home. But when sharp lines and edges confront that energy, it becomes scattered, blocked, or compressed into something tense. Instead of entering naturally, the energy rushes in too fast, becomes aggressive, or feels unwelcome. This has a clear psychological effect. Even when we are not consciously paying attention, our bodies sense sharp edges as potential threats. And if this happens right where you walk in every day, your mind goes into a constant state of subtle alertness. Over time, that alertness turns into stress, irritability, exhaustion, or overreactions to small things. The energy inside a house affected by Sha energy tends to lose its peacefulness. Conversations may become sharper. The emotional connection between family members becomes strained, and harmony, which needs a rounded, safe space to grow, becomes fragile. When the heart feels unsettled, fortune struggles to stay. The energy flow is cut at the entrance, making it hard for wealth to stay, opportunities to remain, or for life to feel stable. In Feng Shui, Sha energy does not just disrupt the flow. It creates a subtle conflict between the outside energy and the space within. It is like sending a message that the house is rejecting the peace it deserves. When the front door no longer invites calm, the entire home struggles to stay balanced. Sharp objects are not bad by nature. They just carry an energy that does not belong near the front door. In any space, the energy that enters first determines how the rest of the home functions. And if that first wave of energy is sharp and aggressive, it carries that tone as it spreads through the rest of the house. Fourth, a toilet directly facing the front door. In Feng Shui, every area of the home has its own breath. Some places are for quiet, some uplift your spirit, and others are for releasing what is old and heavy. Toilets belong to this last category. They carry downward, draining, and flushing energy. When a space like that appears directly in line with the front door, there is a strong clash of energy. Instead of feeling welcomed when you enter, your subconscious is hit with the opposite direction, sinking, falling, or letting go. You may not notice it logically, but your body feels it. It leaves behind a subtle impression, as if something good was about to happen, but got swept away too soon. Homes with toilets facing the front door often have an energy field that feels unsupported. Things seem to lack grounding. Moods drop, emotions become unstable, and good intentions seem to stall before they can grow. There might not be any clear disaster, just a feeling that the energy in the house does not lift you up. From a health standpoint, toilets are damp and carry a yin energy, which can weaken your life force if placed in the wrong position. When this is the first thing you see every time you come home, your mind forms a subtle, difficult-to-describe habit, a feeling of heaviness, exhaustion, or simply not wanting to stay in the space for long. Many people describe this as a kind of quiet fatigue, a mild imbalance that stretches over time. Spiritually, a toilet in this location causes energy to flow without continuity. Blessings that are meant to stay and be nurtured are pulled toward a path of disappearance. As a result, the homeowner may find it difficult to hold on, whether it is to their health, their emotional peace, or even the opportunities that they have already reached. Toilets are not bad. They play a vital role in purification, but purification needs privacy. When a toilet is the first thing you see upon entering, that privacy vanishes. Instead, there is a feeling of exposure, which makes it harder for energy to flow in a smooth and complete way. The clash of energy between the toilet and the front entrance does not create chaos right away, but it gradually weakens the home's energy field. This leads to a space that feels less harmonious, less supportive, and less warm, no matter how clean or beautifully decorated it may be. And that lack is often the root cause of disturbances in wealth, health, and emotional stability. Fifth, a stove facing the front door. In Feng Shui, the kitchen stove is the heart of the home, the place that nurtures life for the entire family. Every day, the fire is lit to prepare food, offer warmth, and create a sense of togetherness. Because it represents life, the stove carries powerful energy. It belongs to the fire element, hot, active, and ever-changing. When this area is placed directly across from the front door, it creates a subtle but strong imbalance. The energy from the stove needs time to spread throughout the space, like warmth, slowly filling every corner. But when the stove is visible the moment you open the door, that fire becomes too exposed, too intense, as if it is being pulled toward the outer world. This creates a feeling that energy in the home rises too quickly, lacking stability and depth. For many families, this layout causes life to feel rushed, without knowing why. Emotions heat up more easily, words become sharper, patience runs thinner, and even small issues begin to feel stressful. Family members may feel like life is moving too fast, making it hard to stay calm or feel in control. The stove also connects deeply to the idea of safety. It holds the warmth of the family and acts as the emotional center of the home. But when it sits directly across from the entrance, that sense of intimacy is lost. The space that is supposed to feel grounding becomes exposed, and the home loses the depth it needs to remain peaceful. People living in such a home may find it harder to concentrate, maintain emotional balance, or simply feel at ease. Another issue is the stability of the home's energy. When the stove faces the entrance, the new energy entering the home is immediately met by strong fire energy. This collision prevents energy from settling, making it hard to build a solid foundation. Life starts to feel unstable. Plans do not last, moods shift quickly, and the mind becomes more sensitive. It is important to understand, the stove is not bad. On the contrary, it is the life-giving center of the home. But because it holds such strong energy, it needs to be placed in a more private, calm location, so that its power can be distributed harmoniously. When the stove is the very first thing you see upon entering, the fiery nature takes over, robbing the home of the softness and calm that are essential for a balanced and sustainable living environment. Once we understand what can disrupt the flow of energy right from the entrance, the question most people ask is this: what if my home accidentally has one of these problems? Do not worry. Feng Shui always offers gentle ways to restore balance and bring harmony back to your home's energy. First, use soft lighting. Soft lighting carries a very unique kind of energy. It is never harsh, never overbearing, but it has the ability to spread peace from the very first moment you step into a space. In Feng Shui, gentle light is seen as the light breath of a home, something that connects us instantly with a sense of peace the moment we cross the threshold. When soft lighting is the first thing your eyes meet, it creates a feeling of calm, warmth, and fullness. The space begins to feel more rounded, like it is opening its arms to welcome you back. This kind of light does not push or overwhelm. It gently guides you, helping the mind slow down after the chaos of the outside world. Soft light also helps the energy flow smoothly throughout the house. Instead of being pulled, cut, or pushed around, the energy is allowed to enter naturally, creating a seamless connection between the outside and inside. It is the kind of light that makes people feel like they truly belong in the space, like their energy and the energy of the home are in sync. For older people, soft lighting brings comfort and a sense of safety. For younger people, it offers relaxation and balance. And for those sensitive to the energy of their surroundings, gentle light creates an immediate feeling of emotional stability, a quiet peace that does not need words. Second, a healthy, vibrant plant. A healthy plant carries a life energy all its own. a steady breathing rhythm that brings vitality into any room. When placed directly across from the front door, it becomes a symbol of growth, inviting freshness, renewal, and hope into the space. For centuries, people have believed that where there is life, there is natural protection and healing. The presence of a healthy plant creates a soft, yet stable energy field. The curved lines of the leaves, the calming green color, and the lively shape all work together to slow down strong energy entering from outside while uplifting the gentler flows that follow. This subtle balance is what makes you feel instantly grounded when you come home, like your house is taking a deep breath and inviting you to do the same. A plant also brings the feeling of earth meeting home, reconnecting your living space with nature. Whether you live in a bustling city or a quiet countryside, a patch of fresh green within your view helps you feel closer to something pure and natural. It allows the mind to release stress from the day and move into a more peaceful state. The energy of plants is not just about life, it is about nurturing. A plant grows slowly, expands its leaves, and stretches toward the light, quietly reminding us that growth takes time, takes breath, takes patience. When placed across from the door, that message enters the home effortlessly, helping the energy inside become more balanced, stable, and upward moving. For people who are sensitive to their environment, a vibrant plant offers a deep sense of protection. Not because the plant blocks anything, but because its life force itself creates an energy field that gently supports the spirit. Seeing a plant as the first thing when you return home is like a quiet reminder. There is a place to rest, a space always ready to embrace you. Third, a light, flowing curtain. A thin, soft curtain carries a sense of gentleness, like a layer of air softly hanging between two worlds, outside and in. When placed across from the main door, it acts as a gentle transition, softening the energy as it enters the home. It does not block, it does not cover. It simply smooths the flow. In Feng Shui, soft materials like sheer curtains are symbols of flexibility. They sway lightly with the wind, with the breath of the room, helping the energy inside stay fluid and not stiff or abrupt. When you walk into your home and see a light curtain, your mind instantly relaxes, as if the space is softly saying, "It is okay to let go." The graceful movement of a curtain also helps energy flow more rhythmically into the house. Instead of being rushed or pulled in sharply, the energy passes through this soft filter and spreads into the home at a natural, calming pace. It is the kind of energy that makes the house feel whole, like every corner is being gently cared for. A thin curtain also offers a feeling of privacy without closing the space off. It creates a light, almost invisible boundary, just enough to separate out there from in here, without making it feel divided. And it is this subtle separation that holds great power. It allows us to slip into a more inward state of being, to leave behind the noise without feeling isolated. Spiritually, a light curtain represents softness, the kind of energy that calms invisible tension. Many people cannot explain it in words, but when the first thing they see is a soft veil, their breath becomes slower, their steps more relaxed, and their mood more grounded. That is the power of soft energy. It never forces, but it gently transforms. As we move through the small details of a home, we begin to realize that true energy lies in how a space receives and holds peace. What sits across from your front door is not just decoration. It sets the rhythm for the entire house. One harmonious image can calm your heart. One misplaced item can stir up chaos in ways you may not even notice. When you look deeper into Feng Shui, you realize it is not about superstition. It is the art of sensing balance. It is the way we let our homes speak the language of peace and support. And when the front door opens to the right image, everything inside flows more gently. The mind becomes lighter, and your fortune follows a more peaceful path. If today you feel like you understand your home a little more, leave a comment to affirm that good energy is now entering your life. You can write, "I am opening my door to welcome peace and prosperity." And if you want to keep discovering Feng Shui secrets that can change the way you feel in your own space every day, make sure to hit that subscribe button and follow us on this journey. Thank you for staying with us until the end. May your home always be filled with soft light, warmth, and the deep breath of abundance.